What's going on, YouTube? So it has been about over a year now since I've posted anything on here. And I wanted to get on and kind of explain what's been going on and, what's happening now and what is going to be going on in the future. So I wanted to start off with saying thank you to those who have recently subscribed to the channel and who've been leaving comments and, likes and everything of that nature. Thank you so much for supporting, me and the channel, even though I haven't really posted anything in a long time. So let me start at the beginning. The last video I posted of the WRX was, I believe, the fog lamp install, which happened last summer, like at the end of last summer, like I believe August, September. During that time, I was just transitioning into another job. When the pandemic started, I ended up losing my job at a Chevy dealership that I was working at. And I ended up getting a job with a shop in my local area that I have known for years, that I worked with at Subaru, and that, I was called on to come in and take over a position of one of my best friends. And, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I absolutely love the job and the people and, working there, and which kind of led me up to the announcement that I have now. So, fast forward, during the winter months, started doing some upgrades to my house, trying to sell this place and get out to the Reno, Nevada area. Hopefully eventually that's the plan. And then come the first of the year, I start to feel kind of a little off. And then come to find out the first couple weeks into January of 2021, I ended up contracting the vid. So I would knock me on my ass for, about three and a half weeks, but, just had my normal asthma like I do in the springtime allergy season. So, I took it easy, worked from home, got better, started getting everything going. In March, I ended up paying off the WRX. I was just, I focused less on doing modifications to the car, which obviously, made it so I couldn't make YouTube content. I'm not good at vlogging and daily vlogs and stuff like that, or else I'd have content daily. But, I focused my time and efforts into getting that car paid off. I liked, the idea of not having a car payment anymore, and I paid it off a year and a half early. So I was doing vinyl jobs on the side. I was doing, working as many. So like I was saying, my phone stopped recording for a quick second just because I ran out of space. I was working as many jobs as I could to, pay off the WRX, and I put all my taxes, returns, and stuff like that into paying that off. That's why I didn't really have anything to upload. I just didn't have the money to buy parts. I've been trying to save up as much as I can for the eventual move to Reno. And pretty much, I didn't necessarily lose interest in the WRX, but I started to get to that point where I really just didn't know what to do with the car anymore besides doing, heavy engine modifications and going down that slippery slope. So, I just put all my money and time and effort into paying the car off. And, in March, like I said, I ended up making the final payment and had a zero balance. And it was one of the biggest accomplishments I've ever done. The first ever new car that I've ever owned, and paid it off a year and a half ahead of schedule. Going from working in a vinyl shop and not having a dime to my name, being on a public assistance, as much as I didn't want to be, being on public assistance and food stamps and stuff, to, 3 years later, working 120 hours every 2 weeks and, doing side jobs as well as keeping a house maintained, and paying off the first new car I've ever owned is, to me, one of my biggest accomplishments besides buying my condo. But things kept going. I enjoyed not having a car payment, and I started saving a little bit more money. And about 3 weeks ago, on a Sunday night, I ended up randomly, because, I work for a shop that we specialize in Volkswagen, Audi, and I have driven a few, like a coworker's RS3, I've driven a couple of, customers, S3s and Golf Rs and stuff like that. And I really started to fall in love with the Audi, particularly the S3. I mean, I couldn't afford an RS3, but an S3 would do just fine. And randomly, on a Saturday night about 3 weeks ago, I ended up going on Car Guru and found a local S3 in a deep blue, like dark bluish purple. 2018. It had the technology package. It was the I'm trying to think of the package name that they call it, black optics package. So it's like all black trims and the grill and everything of that nature. And I found it for a really good price. And I decided, I've been without a car payment for about 6-7 months now. I decided that, you know what, this is what I want, and I work really, really hard. Both at work and at home. I work constantly. I'm never not doing anything. I wanted to get this car, and ended up going through a local Bay Area dealership, and I got it. So unfortunately, this is kind of an announcement that the WRX is no more. They gave me a pretty good amount for the WRX. They took it with the vinyl on it. I took all the aftermarket parts off of it, and they took it. And I ended up getting a 2018 Audi S3. Beautiful car, runs great. I've already got a few mods done to it thanks to the job that I work for now. Which, we'll go into in depth. I will do, this video is going to be attached to an install of just some emblems. You know me, I don't like chrome or silver. So I ended up getting a black Audi emblems for the front and the rear. So this will be just a quick install after this video, but I wanted to, once again, thank you guys. If you guys come down, to this channel for WRX content, I'd like to apologize, but there will be no more WRX content. It will be focused around the Audi. If I lose some subscribers, then so be it. Thank you guys for coming along for the journey, with me for, 4 years now, that I've had this YouTube channel active. So thank you guys once again for coming. If you guys decide to leave because they don't have a Subaru anymore, by all means, no hard feelings. This was just something that I chose to do based on, my own feelings. And, I love the WRX. Don't get me wrong. I bought it brand new with 5 miles on it, and sold it at 78,000 miles. So, I definitely drove that thing all over the place for years with no problems. I loved the car, but it was time to move on. Because of, like I said, because of where I work and the fact that, I've really grown to love the Audi, brand and the vehicle. And let me tell you, it's fast. The thing is damn fast. So I would like to welcome, the new car to the channel. Thank you guys once again, for sticking around. This car is going to be, it's not just going to be like the WRX. I plan on doing some really big things to this car. Keeping it reliable, of course, because it is my daily driver and it's my only car. But I do plan on doing a bunch of really big things to this car that you guys will really enjoy. So, thank you once again. I'm going to get to the install of those emblems. But I wanted to give you guys a heads up of my life in the past year, what's been kind of going on, trying to keep it, as smooth as possible. Yes, I did get into a car payment, but it's more than half of what I used to pay for the WRX. So it's not a big deal. I financed a little over 10 grand. So I plan on having that, paid off within the next year. That's my mindset now is to pay that thing off as quickly as possible. But, I wanted to, give you guys a heads up and start uploading again, finally start uploading again. Even though, it might be some of the same old, things that I've done on the WRX to the Audi, some new, some old, I like your guys' feedback. If you appreciate the content that I put out. But yeah, thank you guys so much, like I said, for sticking around. for the new subscribers who've come in, if you guys still have questions on Subarus and WRXs and stuff, and I'm more than happy to answer any questions still on the old car. And I will be doing an in-depth review of the S3. The weather was really crappy this weekend, so I didn't really have a chance to. And last weekend I was in Reno, so I plan on doing an in-depth review of the car and kind of going over it and showing you guys, exactly what features drew me into the Audi. So thank you guys once again. I'm not going to take your guys' time anymore. I've already been talking for about 7-8 minutes now. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get the install of the emblems for the front grille and the rear emblems after this little video here. Thank you guys so much. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm happy to be back in the YouTube space. And yeah, you guys will be hearing from me a lot more often from now on. All right. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful night. And here is the install of the emblems. All right, y'all. It has been a very long time since you guys have heard from me. And obviously, this isn't the front end of a Subaru WRX. So before I, post this video up, actually before I start this little install, which is going to be super simple, and it's one of the first little mods I'm going to do to the car. Well, actually take that back because I did do an intake, a turbo inlet, and a EQ tuning tune on the axis for it already. But I didn't have a chance to film that stuff, which I will go back and do a review of those things in a future video. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change out, as you can see I've already popped it off, change out the rings and the S3 emblem on the front end of the car to a black, which I do have right here, as you can see. So basically this is going to be just super quick, super simple. I'll go into depth a little bit more, but I wanted to share with you guys this first little, looks modification, I guess you say. Like you can tell, it's been a long time since I've done a YouTube video, so therefore, I'm a little bit, behind and not really know what I do, what to do anymore. But anyway, so with this emblem here, I was afraid that we were going to have to take off the front bumper to get it off, but it was simple enough to get a kind of a pry tool or one of the interior pullers. As you can see, it does just come off. Didn't crack it or anything like that. And you can see the tabs here that you'd have to take off. Same goes for the S3 emblem, which I will go ahead and show you guys that too. On the back side of this plate, there is just a little tab right there you do have to pull up on, but it was super simple enough. I just wanted to share this with you guys because it's been a long time since I've made a video, and I think that the black emblem is going to look a lot better on the front end of this car. I will be doing the grille. I don't like this grille, I like the honeycomb one better. So I'm gonna pop this in real quick and I'll show you guys the difference. It's kind of night and day. Like I said, this thing has the black op package, so it's all blacked out as far as the around the grille surround and on the doors and everything of that nature. It's all gloss black, so this emblem is going to match up perfect. And I will be doing the back one too, which I will probably include in this video. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop these on real quick and I'll show you guys what it looks like. All right, as you can see, short, simple, to the point. I like it way better. I don't like any of the chrome in this car. This car is amazing, but the interior, if it's still open, I'll show you. For those who have not seen an S3, the interior has this silver everywhere. So all of that stuff will be taken care of in a future video, but I absolutely love the car. I do miss the WRX. Like I said, I'll go into more detail in the intro to this video, but yeah, so I just wanted to show you guys the front emblems, and the rear emblems will be next. All right, guys, so to continue from last time with the front emblems, I will be replacing the S3 and the Audi rings on the back too. So what I'm gonna do is something I kind of learned while doing vinyl, is I'm gonna take the blue tape here, and so that way I don't lose the placing of the, wow. Thanks, plane, thank you. Anyway, so I don't lose the placing of where the emblem is now. I'm going to take the blue tape, and I'm basically just going to run a line right here on top of it, run a line on the bottom of it, on the side over here, and on the side over here. So that will basically give me the exact location where I can place the new emblem. Same thing with the Audi emblem. So I'm going to do that real quick, and I'll show you guys what I am talking about. All right, so as you can see, I kind of just did a generalized, outline of the emblem. Surprisingly enough, the black emblem that I got up here, the rings, is actually a little bit longer than this one here. So I basically got just a 3-point generalized area of where I can put the ring. So on the bottom, on the top, on the side. And if it runs a little bit longer than that, it's not a big deal. So basically that still will be in the center. It just might be just maybe, I think like a 1/4 of an inch, if that, a little bit longer. So I'm gonna get these emblems off, clean up the areas. But this is basically, you know, what I've kind of learned from doing vinyl, and when people want their emblems put back on, what I'll do is I'll actually finish off this area right here, and then take a knife, cut this line here, so that way I know that it sits on that body line, and that's where it sits. So I'm gonna get these emblems off. I'm going to clean up the area, and then put the black emblems on. Got that one right there, and the rings right there. All right, so I am once again reminded of how much I absolutely hate double-sided tape. As you can see, my little template got kind of destroyed trying to get all the double-sided tape off of it. Unfortunately, I just don't have any glue gun, but there is the S3 emblem in black installed. Used the, you know, template as best as I could. Pretty sure I got it lined up exactly or close to, if not, you know, right on where it was before. But yeah, I'm not a fan of the chrome. I want everything blacked out. Like I said, this car does have the black optic package, so everything is already all blacked out as far as the trim goes. So I want everything else blacked out as well. So on to the Audi rings. I don't know if I'm gonna go to O'Reilly real quick and grab some Goo Gone, but I might just do that because it was annoying trying to get the double-sided tape off of here. And then I have a spoiler to do too, which I'm gonna have a double-sided tape nightmare underneath that as well. Hopefully you're able to hear me over the saw. Anyway, so I'm gonna get working on this. I might just go buy some Goo Gone, but yeah, here is the S3 emblem done. All right, and there it is. I have the black Audi S3 emblem on there, the black rings on there. We'll go around to the front of the car. Had to pull the car in backwards because it was raining. And we got the black S3 there and the black rings there. So yeah, a whole lot more coming on this car. I'm really happy with it so far. I love the WRX, but it was time to move on. So, but yeah, you guys will see almost everything that I've done to this car. I have done a tune. I did do the AMS intake and a turbo inlet. So other than that, that I didn't have a chance to film, which I might even just take off the intake and show you guys how to put one in. Yeah, this is the new car. I'm super excited for the new build, and it's going to be exciting. Trust me, it's already way faster and more powerful than the WRX, and I'm only going to go up from there. So thank you guys for the ongoing support. I know I haven't really done, you know, much in about a year, but hopefully my explanation kind of puts to rest a bunch of stuff. And yeah, thanks guys once again, and y'all have a good day, and see you next time.